What's up guys, welcome back to a new video. In this video I'm going to be talking about how Cyberpunk 2077 got delayed for about 2 months and how this might affect Dying Light 2. So in my opinion, this could be really bad for Dying Light 2, especially if they are aiming for a release this year. But yeah, Cyberpunk 2077 is now going to be releasing on November 19th. And it was originally going to be releasing on September 17th, which wasn't that far away from now. So now the game's going to be releasing in about 5 months. So yeah, I really think if Dying Light 2 is going to be coming out this year, and we would have to assume if it is coming out this year, it would be coming around the same time, maybe a little earlier, maybe a little later, maybe December, or maybe like October or something like that possibly. I think it's going to be right around the same time as Cyberpunk will be coming out, and that's going to cause big problems. We already know a lot of people are looking forward to Cyberpunk, including me. Like, I was planning on playing the game when it came out in September, but now if Dying Light 2 does come out at the same time, I'm not going to be playing the game right away. And for a lot of people, this is going to go in the other direction actually. A lot of people are looking forward to Cyberpunk 2077. And that's the only game they really know of that's coming out around that time right now that they are looking forward to. A lot of people think the game could be Game of the Year because it definitely has potential to be. And a lot of people aren't looking at Dying Light 2 at all because Techland has not released anything literally in the last year of new gameplay or anything like that. The only thing they've released are some interviews about the game, and the only people that are going to be reading those are people like me and you who are watching this video that are very interested in Dying Light 2. And are just hoping it comes out as soon as possible. I think if Techland is aiming for this year release, they need to start giving out news now. They need to start showing off gameplay within a month or two, especially like within 2 months. I think if they wait that long, they're just putting themselves at a disadvantage against Cyberpunk 2077. Because you also have to think, even if they do release news and gameplay, there's a lot of people that are just completely set on Cyberpunk, and I don't blame them because that's probably going to be a great game. I think Techland needs to release this news and gameplay as soon as possible because Cyberpunk has released a lot more gameplay and news than Dying Light 2 has in the last year. A lot of these people might not even be looking at like the dev showcase or maybe even the Xbox showcase. A lot of people are just going to be set on Cyberpunk and are not going to be worried about any other games because there's really no threat to Cyberpunk right now around that time. Unless Dying Light 2 is the one to do it, there's probably very few other games that could do it besides maybe Assassin's Creed. And I think that's actually going to be coming around the same time or a little bit earlier. I'm not sure on that. The Last of Us 2 is coming out like literally tomorrow, so by the time November rolls around, people are going to be pretty much done with that game and moving on to Cyberpunk. The issue with Cyberpunk, though, is that it's going to be a game that takes a long time for people to fully complete and be satisfied with. We also know after the initial release of Cyberpunk, they're going to be implementing a multiplayer game mode, something that may be similar to like a GTA, but obviously in that world of Cyberpunk. And I really do think if Techland is releasing this year, once again, I think they need to be careful and they need to start pumping this stuff out and getting people hyped. Because let's say if they don't show anything on June 22nd or in July, and let's say they release something 3 to 4 months before the game comes out, yeah, they're probably still going to be fine. But in my opinion, I think Cyberpunk will do better if that thing happens. There's people out there that are saying this is like 100% going to be Game of the Year besides Last of Us 2, which like has all these leaks going on and everything like that. As far as my thought process on why the game is coming out in 2020, or at least why part of me believes it's coming out in 2020, I couldn't give you like the actual percentage. Maybe like 50 to 70% of me thinks it's going to come out in 2020. And the only reason for that is because of an interview that within like the last 2 months. Now, I was trying to find the interview before I recorded this, but I couldn't find it. I believe it was the PR manager, Timon Smektala, and he was talking about how they are still on their internal schedule they set in January. He's saying that they sort of came out with a schedule of when they want to release the game. And just personally, in my mind, I think in January, if you're Techland and you're looking at next gen coming out at the end of the year holiday, I would be saying, okay, let's get this game out by next gen or around next gen or something like that. It obviously depends how much work the game needed. I think they really just wanted to focus on like the new technology for next gen. They put in like the ray tracing, which next gen is confirmed to have, and I think they just wanted to make it better, well-rounded for next gen. And I think we could be expecting the game like at the end of 2020 near like the console release, and it's going to be near Cyberpunk release also. Now, obviously, my next best guess, if that doesn't happen, would be probably January or February of 2021. I really can't see this game running any longer than that unless they delay it here soon. I mean, I don't think we're going to get another delay. But yeah, obviously, like I said before, I think they really need to release something as soon as possible. And it sounds like that's what they're trying to do based on the last interview saying we have a surprise for you soon and the game is in the last stretch, but we never know. But that's what I'm hoping for. Let me know what you guys think down below. How heavily do you think Cyberpunk will interfere with Dying Light 2? I think it's going to be a pretty big deal if Cyberpunk and Dying Light 2 release at the same time. It's definitely going to be split decisions from a lot of people. A lot of people are going to buy both, but just for me, if that happens, I'm going to be making content on Dying Light 2, and I'm going to be playing Dying Light 2 before Cyberpunk. That's just me. A lot of people are probably on the other side of that with Cyberpunk because of how much hype the game has. But yeah, that was pretty much the whole video. You guys can go ahead and join the Discord if you want, where we talk about Dying Light 2 and other things going on. You can follow me on Twitter. That'll be in the description as well. And Patreon will also be in the description if you want to donate. Like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe and put on post notifications if you want more Dying Light 2 content in the future. I'll see you guys in the next video.